worked in the design, and I still work in the design space for a very long time, and I'm still working there. And I've noticed that a 15-minute nap will make me productive for the next 4 hours.
Absolutely.
But you don't let me take that 15-minute nap. So I will spend the next 2 hours grumpy and trying to get myself together and not be at full optimum production, which if you are giving me that just a 30 minutes quick dive. So you see, the design office started more, had a thinking couch, had like a lounge that people could just go and do all that, just to make sure that you can come back and you are focused and you can go straight into the work. But some people are just like, when they see you sleeping there, it's like you're wasting their money.
I know.
It's like you're wasting your money. You know, the one that even vexes me is where it's 5 p.m. I'm supposed to close. I'm on the island. I'm talking for people in Lagos, Nigeria. I'm on the island. I'm coming to the mainland. If I don't leave at the brink of 5 p.m.,
yes,
I'm going to get home maybe 9 p.m., 9:30, 10 p.m.
Absolutely.
And I want to stand up, but my boss is in the office and I can't leave, because if I stand up, I am seen as irresponsible. But I came early, I did my time till 5 p.m., but because I left 5 p.m., you're irresponsible.
So what you just said now reminded me of one of my early jobs, right? So when I started working with the company, the first 1 week, everybody was looking at me weirdly. So I was wondering, see, one of them said, 5 o'clock managers. And it got me thinking. So I approached someone to say, okay, she said this, what does it mean? She was like, everybody has been whispering that, the company had been existing for about 50 years then, that everybody waits. Like, a function of your productivity is those that stay late, come on weekends. I'm like, doing what exactly? At some point, I started feeling bad. Like, but it's not my person. I started feeling bad. So one day I told myself I was going to come on a Saturday to see what you people are doing, because it didn't make sense to me. Then I came that Saturday. I got to work. I went to sit with the chair lady of people that close late, come Saturday, come Sunday. And she was working on an Excel document. And what she was doing that was taking 4-5 hours, I could do it in 20 minutes with just the understanding of the simple Excel functions. And I'm like, sorry, how long do you do this for? She was like, you roll out the letters one after the other. I'm like, what? What happened to mail merge? She was like, you're rolling letters out for 1,000 employees. I'm like, okay, so what? I would do this in less than 20 minutes. She was like, it's not possible. So I showed it to her. Then it dawned on me that people were actually just posting, putting up impressions like they were working. Some of them were actually working, but the people that were working were doing it out of a skill gap, not because there was something that the work can get. If you have done a proper workforce planning, you would already have an idea of how long it takes to do some kind of work, right? Especially when you are operating at a minimum of 70 to 80% skill level. So it will take a period of hours. Anything that is making things that get extended, people are burning out, or all of those things, there's a problem. I now found out that beyond that person, so I identified one reason why people did it was skill gap. They didn't have the skills to do it faster. Another reason was that they were just trying to make an impression with the boss. The boss that you were trying to keep an impression with.
The eye service factor.
Right? And as a millennial that I was, that was early when I was going into starting my career. So we were, the way people look at Gen Zs now was the way people looked at millennials then. So I walked up to my boss and said, sorry, I want to clarify. Do you always need us to wait till you go? And everybody, you could feel the pin drop in the room because it was an open office plan. Yeah. When I said, sorry, ma, do we need to wait for you to go before we can go home? Or when we are done with our work, we can go. And I could hear the silence. And she looked at me,
they will be like,
looked down,
imagine what she
looked
said.
At me again, but she couldn't say it because it made sense. Somebody is asking, do you need me to wait till you go? Or I can go when my work is done and it's closing time. So she couldn't say, wait for me to go, because that doesn't even make sense. So she was like, hey, once your work is done, you can go. But let me know when you're going, so I'm not looking for you. Makes sense. So everybody just looked at, these children of nowadays. Great. But because they were clearly spelled out deliverables, that is where one of the ways you can also curb such things. You asked me to prepare 10 documents before the day runs out. I have prepared the 10 documents by my closing time of 5. Why am I still there? We had agreed. So I walk up to you to say, ma, 10 documents sent to you, blah, 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 blah. Do you need me to do any other thing? I'm having this conversation by 4:30. And she goes, oh, no, once it's 5, you can go. So by the time it was time for promotion and all of that, everybody knew. And also there are other legs to it, understanding office dynamics, working your way around office politics, and all of those things. But by the time it was promotion period, I had took my on where required. So all those looking at people from the 5 o'clock manager leg, no, everybody was assessing me from the point of, can she do the job, yes or no? So I was getting my promotions and there were no issues. So it is important that you demystify that 5 o'clock or no 5 o'clock thing. Even now as a business lead, people know I'll probably be the first person in and I'll be the first person out. Human beings, professionals are beyond their decks. I am beyond my role. I have a life. I am a 360 being. I am a mom. I am a wife. I am a sister. I am a daughter. And I am also an employee.
A professional.
Yes. So there is every aspect of my life that needs to be serviced within 24 hours. Exactly. And for me to give you my best, then other areas of my life must not be cut short. So I am not burnt out, or I am not sad or mentally depressed because another important area of my life is suffering. So employers need to begin to look at it. Is when an employer show that you care about this other aspect of my life. That is when also I'll go above and beyond. If you are giving me time to attend to my sick child during your own hours, then during my family time too, I will make out time to attend to your emergencies. But you cannot say, I can't touch your minutes, but you can touch mine, and you expect the best. Employers will say that, oh, do you know the number of people that are looking for a job? I tell them, a lot of people are looking for a job, but a lot of talents are not short of choices. People, talents, two different things. A lot of people are looking for jobs, but talents are not short of choices. So the kind of talent you want to achieve your business goal is not somebody that is looking for just any job. It's somebody that knows the value that they bring on board and also knows the importance of having integration or synergy in every other aspect of their life. So those are not the kind of people you can threaten with taking their job away.
Exactly.
So if you say there are a lot of people looking for a job, the level of competence you would also find with a lot of people, you will realize that it doesn't make sense.
I've noticed employers don't put that into perspective. They don't put into the fact that you have even trained somebody on the job to work within your system and your structure in a certain manner. You let the person go, you bring in somebody else that you need to now train for a couple of years or a couple of months before that person is productive at the level of the person that just left.
I always say
they don't put it.
When a talent now, I'm always using the word talent because there are some people that are employees of the organization that unfortunately when they resign or they say they are leaving, you probably just call a band and say, thank you, Jesus. You did it before I did it. Those are not the people I'm talking. I'm talking about your talents. When your talents leave, and people will leave for whatever reasons, but when your talents leave, you are not only losing money in terms of replacement cost. Most of the time, you are not even able to replace at the same salary point as that person. You're also losing institutional knowledge. Because if a new person comes, no matter how gifted they are, they need a minimum of 6 months to fully settle into that job and begin to perform at a minimum of 65% level. They need a minimum of 6 months. And while you are not calculating their settling down period, but you are losing money, you are losing things, which eventually in business language, everything can be calculated in terms of naira and kobo. So you need to look at it properly. Make sure that your employees or your talents are ambassadors of your organization. And the same way, they need to be thinking about your company, see themselves as a part of your organization. You need to make room for them. Especially for companies, most companies in Nigeria, they don't have stock options. They don't have shares.
Stock, okay.
So why
Stock,
do
okay.
you expect?
When it is him, his wife, and his children that are the board members, and
And it's
and
even
they're
a
the one that have-
salary that you say they take home that cannot take them to the bus stop. Talk less of home. So what exactly?
good one.
It won't get to the bus stop. Talk less of taking them home. So it's not a
So-
take home, it's a
so-
take bus stop.
It's
So
a
you-
big bus stop.
So you need to find that balance. You need not to be selfish. Whatever expectation you have of your people, your employees, you as an employer, you have your own obligations to stand up to at the same time. It's a give and take situation.